Good morning. Welcome to the Men's Meet and Eat group. Yes, it's time for breakfast again. The first Saturday of the month, we always have our men's meeting. Well, because of the pandemic and everything that's going on, obviously, we're trying to be a little safer. So I am social distancing in two ways. One is I'm 30 feet away from the closest person and separated by an exterior wall. Two, I'm distancing myself by a week. I'm not even here. I recorded this a week in advance just so I wouldn't be close to you. Ha ha! What do you think of that? So this is particularly safe to watch this video today. But in all seriousness, it is time for our men's breakfast. And I hope you're watching this with me. I hope you've got all of your stuff ready for breakfast. I've got all my stuff here. You can see I've got everything spread out here in the convenience and the comfort of my little place outside. You know what this is, obviously. This is coffee. And you've got to be particularly careful with coffee and measure it just properly. It's got to be exact, because we do things exactly here for the men's breakfast. It's a little warm. You got to make sure it's a clean part of the handkerchief. There we go. Okay, we got coffee cooking. Now here in a little bit, I'm gonna throw one of these used eggshells into that. Yes, in the coffee pot. Now you've got to remember, the reason I do that is to try to take some of the bitterness out of the coffee, but I don't do that at the men's breakfast. This is only for me, so unless you request it, you're just going to get regular coffee. Once we get to meeting again in person, because this is a little unhandy, but hopefully you're going to enjoy it. Now I said that I was separated from you by distance, and I'm separated from you by time. Well, those are two dimensions, aren't they? Well, coincidentally, that ties into the theme for this morning's devotion. Yes, 3D. 3D. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, one of the things that's important about our discussion is this. You know what that is? Very good. I see you raised your hand there. You know what this is, right? This is an onion. Now, when I was teaching an adult Sunday school class for several years, this was our mascot, the onion. Couldn't afford a dog. No. The reason it was our mascot was the onion reveals to us something new every time we peel it. An onion is full of layers. I'll give you a little example here. Here's the onion. You peel off the skin. Then you've got onion underneath that. You peel off some of the onion, and what have you got? You've got more onion. And you've got more onion under that. You keep digging, and all you keep doing is finding new layers. That's like Bible study. That's like life. Everything is a little more advanced than what we think. There's more degrees to everything. No matter what it is, you can always dig deeper. Now you take an onion like this. Oh boy, take an onion like this. The things I do for you. It's a little strong, makes your eyes water, tastes good, but that's a lot like life. All the things that happen in life, they can burn your eyes. They can be kind of strong. But you know, the way you deal with those things determines what you get from them. Now you take this onion, you sit down and eat this whole thing while you're watching TV. I dare you. And you're going to get a certain experience. But you take this onion and you chop it up Let's do that right now. This is like a cooking show, isn't it? Oh my gosh. I bet you're having fun sitting there in your warm house eating your oatmeal. But you take this onion and you chop it all up. You won't see them do it like that on those gourmet cooking shows, that's for sure. Take a little bit of the the olive oil. Put that in your pan. Now the inside of my gloves are going to smell like onion. Now the technical term for what I just did is you swish it around. And it's a technical term because I made it up. Take that onion and you put it in the olive oil. You let it cook for a little bit. We're going to throw some ham in there, some eggs. It's not going to taste anything like the raw onion you ate when you're watching TV. Okay, so we're cooking an onion. We'll let that saute until those get translucent, and then we'll throw in some ham, we'll throw in some eggs. By then the coffee's going to be done. But what, you may ask, does that have to do with 3D? Let's see. 3D, and I'm not so much talking about dimensions now. I'm talking about 3 words that start with D. The first word is denial. When you're presented with the truth of the gospel, you've got 3 choices to make. First one is denial. And I'm not talking about the river in Egypt. You can deny that that's even true, that there's any need to do that, or that God is who he is. That's denial. The second word that you come to is delay. Delay. You put it off. You may believe it. You may think it's a good idea. You may know people who are Christians, and you may like the Christian life and what it stands for. But you just aren't ready, so you're going to delay. All right, you can do that. That's a choice you can make. Whenever you delay something, you run the risk of worse consequences. But I digress. I'm getting into my onion layers. The third choice is to make a decision for Christ. Decide. So we've got the first one, which was denial. Second one, delay. Third one, decide. Okay, you make a decision for Christ. Okay, let's cut into those layers a little bit. The first one, denial. Yeah, you can reject Jesus' claims. You can say the Bible's not true. You could say it just doesn't exist. I can deny that you're even there watching me. I hope you are. But I can say nobody watches this. There's no point doing it anymore. I'll just deny that it even exists. Does that change the fact that you're watching me on this? What if I say, I deny that that's really snow? Does that change the fact that it's really snow? Am I God that I can deny something out of existence? No. Went pretty deep in the onion there, didn't we? The second one is delay. Okay, you can delay things. Sure. Put it off. There's no big rush. I'll wait. I talked to somebody a long time ago who said they were just a teenager. They said, I got plenty of time. I know what you're saying is probably true, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait, make a decision. Probably had in their mind, well, I got a lot of wild oats I want to sow, and I'll just wait. Then I talked to an older gentleman, and when he was presented with the invitation to give his heart to Jesus, he said, well, I think I'm going to wait just a little bit. Now, he was a fairly older gentleman. Could have lived another 20, 30 years. I don't know. But why take that risk? The young person, the older person, both had the same excuse: to delay. Let's just put it off. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's just put it off. Sure, that oil in my engine hasn't been changed for like 50,000 miles, but let's just put it off one more month. Whenever you delay, you run the risk of creating more problems for yourself. Okay, the last one is decision. To make a decision. Cutting into the onion, getting down to the layers, we find out something a little more definitive about a decision. It's not just making a decision for Christ when you make a decision. The first two things I mentioned, the first two, denial, delay, those are both decisions too. Whether you realize it or not, if you put something off, you've made a decision not to do it. If you deny that something exists or that there's any truth to it, you're making a decision. The only real decision you can do with Jesus is to accept him or reject him. Now, you can reject him by denying. You can reject him by delaying. But you can only accept him when you accept him, when you make that decision. If you put it off, you've made a decision. If you decide today that Jesus really is who he says he is, and you could ask Jesus to come into your heart, come into your life, give your life over to him, the one who died on the cross for you, rose from the dead, you can make a decision that will change your life from this point on. No more delays, no more denials. But it's up to you. You make the decision. You cut into the onion. You decide what you're going to do with Jesus. C.S. Lewis wrote that there are only three options when you consider Jesus. He was a liar, he was a lunatic, or he was the Lord. If Jesus is really the Lord, make him the Lord of your life today. Don't delay. Don't deny. Accept Jesus today, because you can start off on a journey that's going to mean the world to you. The Bible says if any man's in Christ, he's a new creature. Behold, old things have passed away, all things have become new. You got a chance for a whole new life, a whole new outlook on things. You're sauteing the onion now. As the things in life come at you, instead of burning your eyes and making your mouth water, now you're sauteing the onion. You're getting some translucency to that onion. You're bringing out the sweetness. Life can become sweeter even in the, excuse me, it's 20 degrees out here, I'm sorry. Life can become sweeter even in the bad times if you've got Jesus. So today, don't deny, don't delay, but make a decision for Jesus. Joshua in the Old Testament had something important to say to the Israelites. He was just about done with leading them, and kind of in his final State of the Union message, and this is just part of it. This is what he said. Now fear the Lord and serve him with all faithfulness. Throw away the gods of your forefathers, worshipped beyond the river and in Egypt, and serve the Lord. But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods of your forefathers that they served beyond the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are now living, but as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. He was telling them, don't put it off. Decide. Don't deny. Make a decision. There's a lot of pressure on you right now to make a decision. But it's not bad pressure. I have a lot of gravity pulling me down toward the earth. It's not a bad thing. Otherwise, I'd fly off into space. And then what would you do with the rest of the breakfast? So, don't deny, don't delay, but make a decision for Jesus today. My coffee's almost done. The onions are translucent. It's time to put some cackleberries in there and have some breakfast. So you get ready to eat, I'll get ready to eat, and we'll have a breakfast together. So we'll see you Next month, maybe we'll be meeting in person. If not, we'll see you somewhere, but at least on the video, okay? So you have a wonderful Saturday. God bless you.